Have you ever found yourself in a fight with someone you love, realizing you're playing out the same patterns over and over, yet unable to do anything about it? This week on the Anton Analysis, we're going to be exploring relationships, trauma bonding, and why relationships fall apart. And to bring this theme to life, I'm going to be sharing with you all Linkin Park's song Over Each Other, which was introduced to me by our community member, Amber. And for anyone that doesn't somehow know who Linkin Park is, they're an American rock band formed in 1996 who is known for combining metal, rap, and pop, which with their original lineup before vocalist Chester Bennington's suicide went on to become the biggest band in modern rock history. And this song, Over Each Other, is from their 2024 record From Zero, which features two brand new members to the band, the first of which is the vocalist Emily Armstrong, also known for her work with the band Dead Sarah, and Colin Britton, who's actually, before this, I would say more of a producer than a drummer. And he actually worked with many huge rock bands, like 1 O'Clock, 1 OK Rock, and A Day to Remember, and various other bands. And this is an interesting one because I had done one previous reaction to Emily's era of Linkin Park, and that was The Emptiness Machine. And while I felt that was a good song, this blew me away. Over Each Other. This song, I think this song is phenomenal. I think that Emily, her vocal performance on this completely came out of left field for me. Really hearing this song, this is where I feel, for me, Emily won me over and really came into her own. And just, man, some of the melodies in this song, just phenomenal. And just the richness in her voice. Yeah. And even, how this song relates to previous chapters of my life. I haven't really been here in a while, like this whole talking over each other, not listening to each other, even though back, I'd say 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, this song would have described my life pretty much. I'd say in my late teenage years, my early 20s, I was really into debating. I was really defensive. I was really, I even remember being in this seminar kind of thing. It's very much, I'm Canadian, and we have this thing here in Canada called the Landmark Forum. Some of you might know the S training back in the day, created by Werner Erhard, but it's pretty much like Tony Robbins. And I have done extensive work with Landmark. It's like a leadership seminar series. And I remember being in this, what we call the Landmark Forum, and the forum leader telling me, while I had great potential to be a impactful leader in the world, she said my greatest downfall would be my arrogance and my defensiveness. And at that point, I still had a lot of trauma. I still had a lot of pain. I still had a lot of, I couldn't take criticism. I couldn't take being wrong. I remember there was one thing we did where we were tasked with interviewing all of the main people in our lives, our parents, our friends. And I remember it was really hard for me to take that feedback, the negative feedback. And I remember just getting very defensive and defending, the things they would say, or maybe pointing out to them how, well, you do this, or, you do that. And it's, just this idea of like talking over each other, being defensive, because all talking over each other is being defensive. It's not wanting to take accountability for the things that we do in our relationships, and the ways we can be defensive and the ways we can hurt each other. And so, I would say while this theme doesn't really play out as much in my life anymore, it can still play out sometimes. Sometimes if I'm maybe with my father, I'd say, my father more than anybody, I notice I can still sometimes, get defensive. I'm human. We're all human. And I know that's still something that I can do. But I notice, even when it comes to me talking politics with people, me talking, spirituality, I definitely don't I'm not as defensive as I used to be, and I don't try to push my opinions on people as much as I used to be, even though sometimes I can get on my soapbox, even with this YouTube channel. And I even notice there's sometimes a tendency where I will start exploring an idea openly, and as I get more passionate about it, I can be a little bit more heavy-handed with my approach to what I'm sharing. And that's always something that I realize that I will alienate people when I do that. And so, yeah, that's something I'm working on. And again, so even, a song like this, where maybe I can sometimes think like, oh, I'm past that. No, sometimes it still comes up in my life. And yeah, this song is a good reminder of, yeah, I still do this sometimes. And so the last thing I'll say in this intro, though, is even if you don't enjoy Linkin Park or rock or metal music, what's actually cool about this song, this is more of a pop song, actually. I wouldn't say it's a pop song, but any of you that like singer-songwriter music, pop music, I think you'll dig this, because this is this is a catchy song, fantastic melodies. And Emily's voice just shines through. Her vocal performance is phenomenal in this song. And while she still has some grit at times, it's an easy listening song. So I do invite any of you who maybe you hear the name Linkin Park, you're like, I don't think that's my thing. Give this song a listen. And even if you don't like the song, I think the discussion behind the song is relatable to all of us. All of us are in relationships. I'm sure all of us, when we are in a relationship with someone we love, are probably defensive from time to time. We probably, sometimes, words cut deep. And, there's that idea that, we are our most raw and most vulnerable in relationships. We allow the people we love, we share our innocence with them, our vulnerability. We let them touch the most hurt, raw parts of ourselves. And unless we're enlightened, we're gonna relate to this from time to time. And now I want to just talk very briefly about the episode chapters in this video. So part 1 of this video is we're going to be doing a song playthrough, a reaction, and I'm going to be doing a musical analysis. And as I always say, my musical analysis is more like Rick Rubin. It's more big picture. It's more looking at the song as a story. Just like Rick, I'm not an expert in vocal analysis, in playing music, in song structures, where again, I analyze the music from the emotional component, from the big picture, the archetypal component of what it means to write a song. What is music? What is art, creativity, that kind of thing. And so that's part 1. Part 2 is the lyrical analysis. So the first discussion topic is the importance of vulnerability and authenticity in relationships. The second discussion topic is why communication breaks down within relationships. Discussion topic 3 is how often what we're fighting about is not really the issue. It's just the surface of a much deeper issue that we're not facing, either in ourselves, in our own personal lives, or there's things in the relationship that we've been kicking under the rug and not addressing. And then, your partner leaves out dishes and you just blow up, even though it's really not about the dishes. And then the fourth discussion topic is different attachment styles within relationships. And then the third part, part 3 of the video, is final comments on the artist and the themes. And the last thing I will say is feel free to share your thoughts and comments respectfully in the comments section about the music, about the discussion, and let's create a discussion around this topic, because that's what I want to do with these videos is, again, the music is a way to open up discussion about universal themes like love, relationships, and things we all can relate to. So feel free to, just share your thoughts in the comment section, and share maybe even, if you're able to be vulnerable, where maybe you're dealing with this in your relationship. I hope this song, brings up some real contemplation, reflection with you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this exploration, on relationships and communication.
This is the letter that I didn't write. Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created.
Okay, already, this shows off her voice really well. Like there's a richness and a depth to her voice that's already evident. There's a little bit of drawl isn't the right word, not like a country drawl, but there's a little bit of a lingering quality to the vocals, and there's actually a little bit of like I said depth and richness, but like there's a little bit of weight or you know how like obviously when there's like we think of like tenors and baritones and stuff like that, like baritone being like a heavier vocal, like a deeper vocal. Like she has a little bit of depth here actually. Like I didn't realize that she's actually lower in vocal tone than Chester was, I think. Hey, what's up, Mania?
This is the letter that I didn't write.
Yeah, there's some depth there.
Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created on shaky ground.
Wow.
I'm trying to find my patience, but you won't let me breathe, and I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each other.
Okay, all right. I really like this. I really like this. This is I personally, this is way more up my alley than the Emptiness Machine. Like I found the Emptiness Machine, like that sounded just a lot like Linkin Park, and I think that's why they led with that single. Like that was a really Linkin Park sounding track, and I think in a lot of ways, I think why that song didn't really overly impress me was I felt like I was like, okay, like I've kind of heard this before. And I think, again, that's the point. They want to ease people into this transition. But this, I'm feeling way more personality from Emily. And also her vocal melodies in this chorus are really good. They're very catchy. There's some nice vibrato in her voice. Again, I think the slower pace of the song and the more almost like, dare I say, pop aspect of the song is giving her vocal some time to breathe. And is giving her some space to... because she doesn't have to keep up with the pace or everything going on in the song. Yeah, she can give her vocal time to breathe and to feel and to linger and just fill the space vocally. Which is why I always like, these are always my favorite songs by artists, even though I love metal and I love intense shit. I love screaming. I love growling, like all of that kind of stuff. But no matter what the band is, like, even the most heavy metal bands, if they have a ballad on their album or like kind of like just like an anthemic song, it's always going to be my favorite. Which again, I'm kind of like the complete opposite of most metalheads in that way, but let's go back into it. But also I'm liking the lyrics too. Just like this idea of like, we keep talking over each other because that's just such a human thing. And picking up this video of, the drama, but let's get back into it. Also, I like how in the chorus, it's just a very unique instrumental, how it's not like your usual 4/4 standard drum beat. It's just, it's a little bit, not creepy. What's the word? It's like, it's unsettling. There's an unsettling element in the instrumental, the chorus in the background that goes with this video. And then also I'm curious, lyrically, potentially, I wonder if there's going to be a twist in the lyrics of the song that are going to sync up with this twist in the video where this person that she loved seems like they've gotten in a car crash and died or something.
And I'm not ever right. All we are is talking.
Ooh, I love that note.
Over each other.
is this good? Ooh, great vocal.
Under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. Oh, the skyscrapers we created are coming down. Free falling to the pavement. 'Cause you won't let me breathe, and I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. There's nothing
I got chills.
it's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each other. Are we over each other? Are we over each other? I can't go to sleep. I lie awake at night. I'm so tired of talking over each other. So say what's underneath. I wanna see your side. We don't have to be talking over each other. Over each other. Over each other. Over each other. Over each other.
Okay, so that was Linkin Park, Over Each Other. Wow. Wow. That was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I think that is I think that's my favorite song we've done since I've come back to reacting, actually. I think that's actually. Do you guys remember? Is there anything that I've liked this much since returning to streaming, at least? Because this was so good. And I absolutely like, yeah, the last reaction to the Emptiness Machine. I just like, yeah, I don't know. It just it didn't really resonate with me fully. You know, I saw moments of like hints of you know, classic Linkin Park brilliance in there. You know, some nice changes in the instrumental. Emily did a great job. Like I feel like with the Emptiness Machine, this is just my perspective on it. Everything was there. Everything that a Linkin Park fan could have wanted was in that song. That song was a great choice to come back with, but it just, yeah, like especially with me, like I live and breathe open-hearted, vulnerable connection. Like I really value the compassionate, tender side of human nature. You know, like all of my relationships, all of my friendships, that's a core element. Is like if you can't be vulnerable with me and authentic with me, it's like we're just not going to have a relationship. Because it's like I just, not to say that like the lack of that is bullshit. And like you can even have like a deep intellectual authentic conversation, you know what I mean? One where like you're really going out there into ideas or, you know, ways of seeing the world. Like I just, for me, it's authenticity. It's like, who are you? Like, what do you think about the world? Who are you? Are you going to share your heart with me? Or are you going to share your mind with me? Like what of passionate substance are you going to share? Right. And it's like, cause that's what I love to share, is like who I am and what I love, you know what I mean? Like I'm not half-hearted. Like when I love something, or like I'm either all in or all out. I do not play in the middle, right? And so all this is to say is like, I just was really, in the last song, I was okay, Emily has like a great voice, but I need to feel her more. I need to know who she is. And like, you know, that song, that's my biggest video that I've done recently. And like I think that video has like friggin' 200 comments or something, 250 comments of just like everybody just like let me know all about Emily, about how amazing she is, about how they love, you know, this new era of the band. And a lot of people were giving me ideas on what to listen to next. And this is where this song came in, Over Each Other, because everyone kind of like uniformly said like, hey, I think based on what you say you like, I think you'll like this. And you guys nailed it because this was exceptional. I fucking love this. I love everything about this. I love like the mix up in the drumming patterns. Like, even though I said at the beginning, I like how there is a minimalistic style. My favorite thing in music, is starting off minimalistic and then progressively adding layers as the song evolves. Because that's another thing is like, you know, we were talking about earlier in the stream, like this idea that like the only constants change in the universe. Everything's always evolving and changing. There's nothing that stays stagnant. And anything that stays stagnant dies. It decays, right? You're either growing or you're decaying. And it's like so much music, and I think this is like pop music, the influence of pop music and really standard song structures. And in fairness, this was a super standard song structure. This was a 3-minute song where you had, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, right? But I just, you know, at least something evolved in this song. That you know, the drums. And I want to re-listen to this song and figure out if instrumentally I want to see what changed. Anyway, is there anything else I want to say about the song? Yeah, like instrumentally, I felt, again, simple, but it had kind of that cool, pulsing's not the right word, just that, I don't know, it had kind of an interesting vibe. Like, let's see if I can find it in the chorus here. Is it? I think it's right here.
For each other, there's nothing underneath.
Yeah, even just that like dun 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 or whatever that is, you know, that like, yeah, there's like this unsettling, intense. It literally sounds sonically like this song is about we're getting in this fight and something bad is around the corner. Like it's like a foreboding vibe. You know what I mean? There's definitely like foreboding in it, and then. I think this is the chorus section now, right?
It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking.
I love that note. I don't know why I like that so much. When she says talking, I'm just like, oh, I just love that. But yeah, let's jump in the lyrics with this one now. This is the letter that I didn't write. Looking for color in the black and white. Skyscrapers we created on shaky ground, and I'm trying to find my patience. Again, even the lyrics are like definitely up my alley, like just some cool symbolism and metaphors for, again, these, you know, so what I get from this is this letter that I didn't this is the letter that I didn't write. So like one thing in couples therapy they always say is like, if you're in a fight with a spouse and a partner and you can't open up fully or be really vulnerable because it doesn't feel safe or comfortable, like right now it's kind of a little bit like a war zone, they'll say like, write each other a letter, you know, don't give it to them, just write your partner a letter, being really vulnerable and just sharing what it feels like to be in this situation, like to be at war with each other, to come home every night and yeah, you know, come home to a war zone and the momentum builds, right? And it's like, when are you gonna, you know, like some people will also say, like coaches or therapists will say, like, you know, you have to have like a timeout sometimes in relationships. Like even like the TV show How to Get Away with Murder. No, How I Met Your Mother. Lily and Marshall sometimes do this, right? They'll get in these big fights, then one of them will just say, hey, time out. And they're like, okay, we're going to put off the fight for a little bit and we're just going to pretend like we're not fighting. We're just literally just going to go into our little world, watch a movie together, talk, and it's like, obviously, like that's challenging. It doesn't always work. A lot of the time you can't take a time out and then stay talking with each other. A lot of the time you have to take a time out, then take space, just to let the emotions run. And then looking for color in the black and white. So what I get from this is she's saying either we're right now in black and white, like good and evil, good and bad, you're right, I'm right, you're wrong, you're doing everything wrong. Like, you know, that's the black and white. It's just, there's no nuances, there's no shades of color, right? And so I think what she's saying is like, she's trying to find the nuance where am I to blame in this? Where are you to blame in this? Why am I so triggered? Why are you so triggered? Where is this coming from? Is this coming from childhood? Because most things in relationships, the thing you're fighting about is not the thing you're actually fighting about. It's that, someone leaves out their dishes, one too many times, you blow up. It's not about the dishes. It's that you feel underappreciated. You don't feel valued. You don't feel seen, especially if one of your values in life is having a clean kitchen, or maybe you're a cook or a chef, or, whatever it is. Maybe you're just kind of a little bit OCD. It's like, so it's not that your partner's leaving stuff out, is that you feel like they don't care about you. That you feel like, hey, don't you know how much this matters to me? And the other person's like, no, it's just fucking dishes. Like, don't sweat the small stuff. But it's like, well, it's not small stuff for me. So that's what I get from this, is like looking for color in the black and white. And then skyscrapers we create on shaky ground. So what I'm getting from skyscrapers, I wonder if this is a metaphor for walls around the heart. Like we've built like skyscrapers, huge walls between us, on shaky ground. Another way of looking at this potentially is we hadn't developed the foundation of our relationship yet. We hadn't really developed deep intimacy. Maybe we just had a sexual connection. Maybe it's been really hot, heavy, and it's like hot and cold, and there's a lot of feistiness. And then it's like we've kind of moved too fast. We built skyscrapers on shaky ground. So that is one of those, I think. It's either we didn't develop the depth of our relationship to deal with how quickly we've moved in the relationship and how deep we've gotten emotionally, or it's when we've been on shaky ground and we haven't been feeling each other, we haven't been connected, we've been building up these big walls, these skyscrapers around our hearts. And I'm trying to find my patience. So I'm trying to find my patience. I'm trying to give myself time to like let these things settle. Like, because sometimes the worst thing to do when you're in a fight with a partner is to try to settle it that night. That can sometimes be the worst thing, because it's like the tensions are rising and rising and rising. And it's just like you're not going to find resolution. Your energies are combative. So you're flaring each other's nervous system at a nervous system level, because both of you are in fight or flight. So even if you're trying to calm your voice or stay calm, your entire nervous system, like your auric fields, are passing information back and forth to each other that I fucking hate you right now. Or just a unsettled nervous system, which unsettles the other person's nervous system, which has them go more into their survival mechanism and, black and white thinking, and you're the enemy, all this stuff. Right. So it's like a lot of the time it's like, yeah, you're trying to find patience. Like, let's take a day, let's take a night, maybe let's sleep in different beds, like take some time away from each other and just reflect and just figure out, okay, what is going on? Why am I so triggered? Like, what childhood wound is this triggering? What, from the way my parents made me feel or something growing up. Like, maybe you got cheated on when you were in high school. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is. And even that usually comes from childhood in a way. But you won't let me breathe. And I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. So is this like, she's like, hey, I'm trying to, like, we need to I need some patience. Like, I'm developing patience. We need some space. We need some time to cool off, but you're not letting me breathe. And this is when you get in relationships sometimes where you're in a fight, like, and this happens a lot, where one person knows instinctively we're right now at a breaking point, but we haven't said anything yet that's going to destroy the relationship. But if we keep staying in this environment, we might say something that we won't be able to take back. And so one person, a lot of the time, when one person has come to that conclusion that, whoa, we're right near that precipice, they will try to leave the room or try to like kind of, hey, maybe we should take a break on this, or maybe they just try to leave the room, whatever. And then a lot of the time, if they just try to leave the room without sharing what's actually happening, it will trigger the other person's abandonment trauma and neglect trauma. And then they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Just leaving. right? And so a lot of the time, to the person who's trying to leave, it'll come across as, you're not letting me breathe. I need my space. I need to calm down. Another aspect of this is, in most relationships, one person has an avoidant attachment style, the other person has an anxious attachment style. And actually what happens is you go back and forth. So one person is in the dominant avoidant and the other is the dominant anxious. But what will happen a lot of the time is there will be this weird role reversal every so often in the relationship, where the avoidant will randomly start to feel anxious. And then the anxious person will start to play the avoidant, and they'll just reverse roles. So a lot of the time it's not always one thing, but generally one partner, and you'll all notice, you'll all know this, one of you is more avoidant, the other is more anxious. One of you, wants to fight it out all night, the other wants to take time, or space, right? And again, it's like opposites attract, so you're gonna get that. And I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. Yeah. And then, when you don't let each other breathe and you don't take that space, you end up just, fight or flight, talking over each other. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. Okay, so there's two possible meanings I see here. There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. As in, hey, our relationship is only sexual. Like, we only have physical chemistry. We don't have an emotional bond. We don't even fucking like each other. Like, this was my mom and my dad. For 25 years they were married, and they fucking did not like each. They still don't like each other. And it's like, they never liked each other. It was just hot and heavy, right? They just had insane physical connection, physical chemistry. But it just 25 years in, it became really fucking obvious when they would sleep in different beds and would never hold hands, never kiss, that it's like, oh yeah, we don't like each other. And so that's one option, is Emily coming to terms with, there's nothing underneath this. This fighting is a waste of time. There's nothing we can even build here. The other option is there's nothing underneath our fighting. Like, we're not fighting about what we think we're fighting about. Again, you're losing your shit because I left the dishes out, but this is not about the fucking dishes. This is about that you feel I'm neglecting you. I don't care about you. You're feeling unseen. You're feeling like maybe you've told me 10 times, hey, can you please do the dishes? And I don't get why it matters to you. So I don't really take it seriously, and I keep the dishes out all the time. The 10th time, 20th time, 100th time, she or he loses their shit. And then, like, it's not about the dishes. It's that they don't feel seen. They don't feel heard, right? Every time you have a communication and you're trying to get on the same page, and you have to do it over and over again, it just builds up that resentment, right? So all we are is talking over each other. Reaching for satellites, but all along, under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. Reaching for satellites, but all along, under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. Reaching for satellites. Reaching for satellites. What's that mean? So right here, but all along, under your breath, you're saying that I was wrong. So it's obviously a little bit like two-faced, right? It's like, hey, like you're saying or indicating one thing, but you've already given up. Oh. Maybe she's kind of saying like, hey, you say that you're trying to fix this relationship, or you say that you're trying to stick in, but you're always talking shit about me under your breath to other people, right? It's like, yeah, you say you want to make this work, but you're not acting that way, right? The skyscrapers we created are coming down and free falling to the pavement. Again, so is this... Yeah. I think this is the about, we just had all this physical passion. We're not actually partners. We're lovers. We're not partners. And we've just fucking. I almost see it like, another way of looking at this, the opposite would be like, you're going so deep emotionally with each other, like, but on a pure sexual basis, like. I think you guys can probably get this. So have you ever been in relationships? I've had these when I was in high school and university, where you're in a relationship with somebody and it's like the physical chemistry So the physical chemistry is fucking insane. There's so much fire, and there's codependency because neither of you have dealt with your shit. You have a lot of trauma. And so you trauma bond, you become codependent, and you like open up so quickly about fucking everything. Like I've had this where like within like days, this person knew everything about me, my deepest, darkest secrets, all my skeletons, everything. Now there's a beautiful aspect to that. If it's just authentic, like, hey, you know, I'm cool sharing this, that's fine. But a lot of the time it's, it is really, whether you know it or not, you're trying to create exclusivity with somebody. You're trying to share your skeletons so that you have like a blood bond. So you're like, hey, you got dirt on me, I got dirt on you. Like we're bonded against the world. You're almost wanting to create that exclusivity within the relationship. So it's almost like doing like a cutting yourself and doing a blood pact or something, blood oath, right? So like that's what I kind of see is like you end up going so deep emotionally, pouring your heart out to each other, but you're still not friends. You still don't truly like each other. You're just there's this insane physical chemistry, and again, it's this subconscious trying to create of exclusivity. And so I think that's kind of what she's saying with a skyscraper metaphor. And now she's saying, okay, like, you know, we built up this connection that had no solid ground. It was literally just us trying to feel like we're special, right? And we're not even aware of this. This all happens subconsciously to all of us. Because you won't let me breathe and I'm not ever right. All we are is talking over each other. And there's nothing underneath. It's just a waste of time. Are we over each other? Oh, that's actually really cool. So that's a good turn of phrase. So the chorus is all we are is talking over each other. And then the bridge is saying, are we over each other? Is the relationship over? Are we done? Has this blown up? Right? And then chorus, I can't go to sleep. I lie awake at night. I'm so tired of talking over each other. So say what's underneath. Ah, yes. So it was the original thing I said. It's that what we're fighting about is not what we're actually fighting about. So say what's underneath. I want to see your side. I want to see why this is bothering you so much. You know, at first we're just fighting and talking over each other. You're saying, hey, why the fuck don't you ever do the dishes? I'm going, hey, why are you freaking out so much? This is nothing. Get over it, right? And then you're talking over each other. It doesn't fucking matter. Yes, it does. And then you're just boom, right? Just reaching into a whole crescendo of insanity. And then, yeah, so I can't go to sleep. I lie awake at night, which always happens after big fights. I'm so tired of talking over each other. So let's just come together. Can we just be vulnerable? Can we just share what this is really about? You know, why is this hurting you so much? We don't have to be talking over each other. And then you got it. That's the one. All right. Oh, okay. So this is not the music video. This is the album single they talk about. So yeah, that's I really like that. I really like the lyrics of this one. This is my bread and butter. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I just want to take a moment to address that some of you will remember on the Emptiness Machine review, I mentioned that we might be doing a full album reaction to From Zero. So we're not going to be doing a full album reaction. I realize that I'm just not going to be doing full album reactions anymore. It's just too time consuming. And after doing this channel for the last several months, I've just realized that yeah, it's just not where I want to take the channel. So yeah, no album review, even though I talk about it briefly in the reaction. And yeah, lastly, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to help support me and the channel, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and I have all of my links in the description of this video. I have all my social media profiles. Also, if you guys are interested in exclusive content, like album reactions and additional reaction videos, I have all of that in my Patreon, which you can find also in the link in this video. And I also am in the process of building a community hub, and I don't know when that will be out, but just know that that is in the pipeline as well. And if you enjoyed this, I highly recommend you check out my reaction to the emptiness machine, which you can find in the Patreon. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.